And welcome into On the Go. You know, when you travel, you usually like to go see something that's kind of neat and unusual. When people come to Montgomery, there's certain things that are the awe factor. One of them was when you go to the Alabama Shakespeare Festival and you pull in that property, you go, ooh, this is kind of neat. One of the other things that's really a neat attraction in Montgomery, Alabama is the Montgomery Zoo. It grew from something small to something big, and across the country, people always tell us about what a wonderful zoo there is in Montgomery, Alabama. Well, today my guests are Sarah McKemey, and you are the public relations marketing
manager,
you name it, all kinds of things at the zoo.
Right.
And then a familiar face, my good buddy Larry Stevens. And Larry, you and I go back a long, long time.
Long time.
Now we can, I imagine we can tell you two people are married also. Different last names, but it's one of those, you know, it's one of those newfangled things. Yeah, we're going to use different names.
Right.
But and just to not to put you to the side, but
no,
Larry and I go back to the point where the zoo weekend started.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because Larry was with WHHY, and I had just opened the ad agency, and I was handling McDonald's. And who's the guy? Ron Mason, right?
Ron was the sales manager. Actually, he was the one who came to us and said, I have an idea for a sales promotion. It actually started out as a sales promotion for the radio station. I think we were bringing in kangaroos that
That's
first
right,
year.
sure were.
And
That's right.
we got to zoo weekend, and I remember you popped up out of a bucket on a fire truck. They brought it up and you popped
Absolutely.
up. And the crowd was phenomenal for that little zoo. We were packed in there.
And that's when the zoo was very small. It's not the
5
expanded
acres.
zoo. That's right. Yeah.
And so then the next year, the owner of the station, Bob Robinson, said, you know, that's too big for us. Let's not make it a sales promotion. Let's make it into a programming community promotion. So from that point forward, it just grew year after year after year, and I think one of our peak crowds, we had 17 or 18,000 on a Saturday, 15,000 on a Sunday.
Wow.
One year, you know, the same weekend, and it just continued to grow in size, and of course the zoo expanded.
Right.
And actually, it was because of Zoo Weekend, I remember that Mayor Fulmer said, you know, decided to expand the zoo.
Absolutely, yeah, because the community support.
Right.
And of course, what our viewers need to realize is that, because a lot of times you see signs around town that says Zoo Weekend, but if you're somebody new in town, you go, well, isn't every weekend Zoo Weekend? I mean, it's open every weekend.
Right.
But what's special about Zoo Weekend, Sarah?
Well, you know, the thing about it is we try to make it as a family-oriented I guess, venue with it. The kids come in, they have all kinds of activity. The zoo has grown. It's expanded with different activities that we can, you know, that the visitors can have when they come in. So we have this new sky tram, and the visitors love it. Then we have the giraffe encounter.
That's right.
You
can
know,
actually feed the giraffes.
Right, they feed the giraffes.
I've fed them a time or two.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But we have that. We also have Parakeet Cove. We have the petting zoo. There's several things that we've added, but Zoo Weekend just keeps getting better because I think people have grown up. The children that came back, way back when, had now adults and have children of their own. They love to come in, play the little games we have, do the things, and see Ronald McDonald twice.
Sure.
You know, see him all weekend.
Absolutely. That makes it nice. And, you know, Larry, when it first started, obviously, you talked about kangaroos. But the whole purpose of Zoo Weekend every year has always been to bring something to the zoo, hasn't it? Yeah.
Well, I know we did bears. Gosh, I can't remember.
We did the train.
The train, of course, one of the big ones. That started with Zoo Weekend.
It took a number of weekends because it was an expensive thing.
And several other projects over the years that sort of sprung out of Zoo Weekend. And as I say, we have the zoo we have today because people, they showed they really liked the zoo. You know, they showed up by the thousands, and so as a result,
way to do it.
You know, we have a great zoo today.
Okay, this year we're trying to bring an otter exhibit in?
Yes, we're still working. No, it's not the otter.
Okay.
It's the stingray.
Stingrays.
That's what
we already
we're
have
working.
the otters.
Right, we've got the otter.
You ought to remember that.
I ought to remember. Yeah, we got that right.
But it's going to be the stingray, so we're still getting the money ready for that, and that's what Zoo Weekend will be going for this year.
Give our viewers the dates and the times.
It's April 5th and 6th, and we go
Saturday
from
and Sunday.
Right, we go from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and there's going to be a lot of activities. We've added some new games. There's probably going to be about 15 games. We have some bands that's coming. We don't have all of them confirmed, but they will be there, and Ronald will be there both days.
Do you need some volunteers?
I do.
Okay,
That's
tell
what
them
I
what they
said.
need to do if they like, because a lot of my viewers are older people. they enjoy being at the zoo, and they don't have to be there 8 hours. You can volunteer for 4 hours or so.
Right, you can. We have it split up both days. You know, we'll
Good.
have 4 shifts for it, and they can come in at 8:30 to 2, and then from 1 to 6:30. We overlap it to give them a chance to get to their stations, get checked in, get to the stations, because we usually have a tremendous crowd
Okay,
for
the
it.
number they need to call?
240-4900.
240-4900. Okay,
Right.
Sarah, thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Old buddy,
Yes,
thank
sir,
you
Jack.
for what you do
Thank
each
you.
and every day of your life.
Thank you. You too.
You're a gem.
Thank you.
And just remember the zoo weekend's going to be here. It'll be what year now? How many years? 38?
38.
38th zoo weekend. Enjoy it. Bring the grandchildren. It'll be lots of fun, and we'll be right back right after this.